Hey everyone, Andrew here, bringing you another video. And today I'm going to be doing my essential Teen Titans comic book list. Now I've done, I believe, 2 essential comic book lists so far, which would be Batman and Wonder Woman. Basically, during my essential comic book list videos, I'm going to give you a list of comic books that I believe are essential reading for a specific title. The must-get for that comic book. Whether it be important to the comic book itself or just that they're fantastic stories. So with that said, we're going to be doing the Teen Titans today. And this is a very much requested essential list. Probably because everyone loves the Titans, and how can you not? It's the Teen Titans. So with that said, I'm going to get into it. I'm going to give you the essential list. There's going to be a few things missing in this, and if you want to see what's missing here and fill in the gaps, I'm going to be putting up a Teen Titans timeline either before this video or after this video. I don't know. So with that said, let's get into it. Now the first pick's probably the only thing on this essential list that I'm going to leave up to you on whether or not you should or should not buy. I believe it's essential to the Teen Titans mythos, but whether or not you believe it's essential to your reading and you want to pay the money for it, it's up to you. But Showcase presents Teen Titans. Now, Showcase presents Teen Titans encompasses the early adventures of the Teen Titans, the first appearance of the team, the first appearance of Donna Troy, and really just their earliest adventures. Here you get the core 4 members of the team: Aqualad, Kid Flash, Donna Troy as Wonder Girl, and Robin. And eventually you had Speedy join in every once in a while. The Teen Titans show that they can be a very capable team in here, being taken very seriously while at the same time still being teenagers. Now the reasons why I'm saying this is something that's really up to you on whether or not you should get is because I know a lot of people do not like the Silver Age, and that's okay. And this is really campiness to its max. I mean, they even have billboards for the Batman TV show. So if you don't like campy, then you're probably not going to like this. But all in all, I still think this is definitely essential to get. They are fun stories, and definitely great Teen Titans stuff here. And plus, one of my favorite Teen Titans villains, Mad Mod, is in here. So, first thing on the list. Put that down. Second thing, and this is very much essential, probably the most essential thing to get for the Teen Titans, would be the new Teen Titans Archive Edition. There's 4 volumes. I only have the first 3 here. Here's Volume 1, Volume 2, and Volume 3. Volume 4 is with my friend right now. He's reading it up, so I can only show you the first 3 volumes. So these are expensive. They go for about $50 a pop in store. Online, you can probably get them around $25, so it's a little cheaper, not including shipping and handling. I don't know what it would be with shipping and handling, but these are essential. These are must-have. You need to get these. A couple years after the Teen Titans disbanded, they are brought back together by Raven and create a new Teen Titans team. These are some of the best comic book stories I have ever read, and these are definitely an essential to get for the Teen Titans. This is the best stuff that you'll get from the Teen Titans. Marv Wolfman, George Perez really showing that they are that good. So, the new Teen Titans Archive Editions, Volume 1 through 4, definitely pick up. I recommend going through Amazon or eBay. You probably have it'll probably be easier on your wallet. And they are expensive, but they are worth it. I got mine at a 50% off sale at my comic store. Next thing on the list would be Terra Incognito. This is where Terra starts to join the team. We really start to get a feel of her placement in Teen Titans. It's an okay story. It's not the, George Perez and Marv Wolfman do the best Titan stories, but I do believe this is actually the weakest of their Titan stories. But it's still good. You also get the Vigilante show up in here, and it's a fun ride. And with mentioning Terra Incognito, you got to talk about its sequel in Part 2, The Judas Contract, which is surprisingly one of the best Titan stories. So you go from going from an okay Titan story to one of the best Titan stories. Judas Contract here, you get the resolve between Deathstroke the Terminator, Hive, Terra, and the Teen Titans. In addition to this, this is the first appearance of Dick Grayson becoming Nightwing. So, that's a little bit of everything for everyone. Great story, great action, overall a must-have. Moving on, next thing to get is the Terror of Trigon. Again, George Perez, Marv Wolfman pulling out a great story. Trigon, probably in my opinion, one of the most fiercest and unstoppable enemies in the DC universe. I put them up there with Darkseid as someone that you just don't want to mess with. Great story. You really get to see a lot of Raven in this, and you get to really explore her origin story to the max, and really explore her to the max. Although all the Titans kind of show up. So it's a great story and very apocalyptic, because everyone's taking out. JLA is taking out, JSA is taking out, everyone's taking out except for the Teen Titans. Actually, the JSA is not in this. I think this was before the Crisis. So, with that said, definitely pick up the Terra Incognito. Not Terra Incognito, the Terra Trigon. Pick up Terra Incognito, but pick up Terra Trigon. Blah, blah, blah. So many Terra. Next on the list, and wrapping up the George Perez Marv movement stuff, would be, who is Donna Troy? Now, where this is not essential to your comic book readings, I still think this is definitely a fantastic thing to read. If you're a fan of Donna Troy, or if you're just fans of the Titans feel, that family feel, you're going to get it here. There's a lot of emotional parts in here. You get to explore Donna Troy's origin. Although not to the fullest, it fills in a lot of the gaps. Donna Troy has a very rocky origin story. There's like 20 of them. So, but still, you get a great feel in this. A lot of love and compassion between the Titan team. And I'm putting it on the essential comic book list because it's just a good story. So, who is Donna Troy for the new Teen Titans? Pick it up. Coming up next on the essential Titan list would be Teen Titans, a kids game. Now, this starts off Jeff John's run on the Teen Titans. This is where we get a new Titans team. Well, we still have old members, Changeling, who is now called Beast Boy, Starfire, Raven, and Cyborg. We get the introduction of new Teen Titans teams from Young Justice. Would be Wonder Girl #2, Kid Flash #2, who was originally Impulse, Superboy, and Robin #3, Tim Drake. So you get some new members in here, fun stories. Really a start of all the good stuff Jeff Johns does with this title. So enjoyable, definitely a pick up. Moving on would be Teen Titans Family Lost. Now, this is probably the only story on the list that I didn't like, that I'm still recommending. It wasn't that great of a story, however, a lot of things get introduced in here. Brother Blood comes back, Raven gets back on the team. The funny thing is despite her being on the cover there, she's actually not part of the team yet. This is where Raven comes in. It's still a good story. I just didn't like it as much as the rest of the stuff. It's going to be the only thing on this essential comic book list that's going to be essential that I really don't think is that amazing. But still, you should probably pick it up. Moving on, skipping around, the next thing would be Teen Titans, The Future Is Now. This is a good story. It's really kind of a twisty-turny story that really throws you off. This story is about the Titans going into the future and meeting evil versions of themselves. It's also a story where they get to team up with the Legion of Superheroes, where although I don't care about them, but they are still a much-loved team by a lot of comic book fans. The Future Is Now, again, written by Jeff Johns, and overall, it's just a fun story. What happens when the Titans go bad in the future? So putting that down. Again, skipping around a bit more. The 1 year later story, Titans Around the World. I really love this story. This is really introducing a new Titan team. We lose Superboy, we lose Changeling or Beast Boy. Starfire left after a while. You lose Kid Flash is gone. We lose a lot of the members of the team. The only real people that are left is Cyborg, Wonder Girl, and Robin. However, we got some new people on the team. We got Ravager, and we got Kid Devil, and then we got also a few other characters that come in. Supergirl eventually comes into the title. You know, Ms. Martian, where I think it's one of my new favorite Teen Titan members, comes into the title. Fun stories. The Doom Patrol comes in on this. Just overall, a great title. Putting that down. Coming up next would be Teen Titans, Titans East. This is the last title that Jeff Johns does with the Titans. Deathstroke the Terminator gets his own team together for Titans, and he pits his Titans East against the regular Teen Titans. Fun story, good action. It did not end Jeff Johns' run the way I wanted to. I'd rather Jeff Johns end it on a different note, but still, it's a good story and definitely a must pick up. Moving on, what's next? Titans of Tomorrow. Titans of Tomorrow is kind of a sequel to The Future Is Now, where the Teen Titans from the future come back to the present time to deal with the current Teen Titans. Although the Future Is Now Titan members have changed. Now we have Ms. Martian from the future and Kid Devil from the future. So I actually enjoyed this a little bit more than The Future Is Now. I think it had a better resolve. Well, I think it had a better story, but Future Is Now had a better ending. So still a good story and definitely a pickup, an essential. Moving on is going to be Teen Titans On the Clock. This is a good story, but the reason why I'm recommending it is because it's kind of essential for everything Titans onward. We get introduction to a few new characters, mainly Blue Beetle comes in there, although Blue Beetle kind of came in a little bit beforehand with Titans of Tomorrow, but this is where Blue Beetle kind of really becomes a member. A lot of the Titans kind of deal with their own personal issues, plus we get Clock King become kind of he's kind of a cool villain in this, so it's a good story. A lot of people won't think it's essential, but I still think it's essential to pick up. And last on the Teen Titans list, and there's been a few Titan titles that I would recommend afterwards, but I'm just doing essentials. Last on the Teen Titans list would be Teen Titans Changing the Guard. This story is overall okay. There's a few stories in here. It's okay, but the reason why I'm saying it's essential is, one, big time, Robin leaves the team, and the only original Titan member still on there is Wonder Girl. She becomes leader, so this is a brand new Titan team, which consists of Wonder Girl, Aqua Girl, Kid Eternity, Kid Devil, Static Shock, or just Static, Bombshell, Ms. Martian, and Blue Beetle. Now, this may be something hard to swallow for some fans because they like the Titan team originally so much. However, I think diversity is definitely key when it comes down to the Teen Titans. Overall, this is an a good story. It's okay, and it's more essential for what it does to the Teen Titans. And there's a few more Teen Titans titles afterwards, but I'm going to stop up to there. I would actually also recommend Death Trap because that's a good story too. But for now, right now, until I do another Essential Titan list, those are the Essential Teen Titans stories that you should pick up. So I hope this has been helpful for anyone that wanted to start to read Teen Titans. Again, if you want to pick up all the other stuff for Teen Titans, I'm going to be doing a Titan timeline, that worked well. A Titan timeline either before or after this video, so if you don't see it before this video, check it out afterwards. So with that said, I'm going to end this video here. This is Andrew saying peace out for now.